All right, Dan, thank you very much. And what a game in Charlottesville. Here we are in College Station, Texas, in the first few seconds of this one, where we really expect a heck of a game in the SEC. The Kentucky Wildcats, who have never lost 3 games in a row under that guy, John Calipari. That streak is in jeopardy here tonight in a big way. Dave Fleming, Dan Dockich, Chris Budden with you as we are just getting started. Kentucky, not only the youngest team in the country, arguably the youngest team in the history of college basketball, trying to figure out a way to get it done on the road.
Well, if you keep going to the bucket like that, you're going to be in business. They talked today about taking the ball and attacking. Don't settle for jump shots. Kentucky, first defensive possession, made Robert Williams for Texas A&M, the big guy, shoot a bad shot and got a good one on their own.
DJ Hogue and the Aggies with the ball. Offense not always easy for A&M. That long 3 is well short.
No, offense has to go inside for A&M, and it hasn't touched the block yet.
The Wildcats, another attack, no whistle. Offensive rebound, Nick Richards. His shot rejected by Williams.
Hey, Williams is a phenomenal talent.
Hogue 3, good.
And Hogue is a phenomenal shooter.
We do have a lot of talent on the floor. Some of it young, some of it raw, some of it's been inconsistent this year. But you get some big-time players out here.
A ton of NBA guys here. A ton of guys look. And, you know, when you think NBA, what do you think? You think Kentucky? No. A lot of guys looking at Robert Williams, Tyler Davis.
That's Kevin Knox for 3.
He's smooth. And Calipari talked to us about Kevin Knox owning his own game. And what he means by that is, hey, look, we're going to get you shots today. We're going to do different things, and you'll see on the baseline different movements. But he's got to own it. Make or miss. You got to play the next play. That was big today with Coach Cal.
When Kentucky makes shots from the outside, they win games. They just have not been a good shooting team. That 3 from Tyler Davis, no good. A&M's good at that.
That tip out is big. Offensive rebounding is massive in this game, and it's not just Davis and Williams getting the ball. Wow.
An attack and a bucket for TJ Starks.
That is as bad a ball screen defense as you will ever see.
And what did John Calipari tell us today? You make offensive mistakes, okay. You make defensive mistakes, you're sitting next to me.
And 3 guys are getting ready to come in.
Knox on the perimeter, goes to the basket with the foul.
Hey, you've got to watch this. This is as bad as you will ever see. Here comes the ball screen. He's going to come up here and just set a little ball screen, and you're going to see the C's part. He comes up there, but look at, nobody's even there. I mean, you can go wherever you want. The help came in late. Fine, Washington came over, but there was nobody in the way. And if Kentucky can't get that figured out, wall it off, and force it the other way, they got a real problem tonight.
A great sign for the Wildcats that this guy is getting it going early.
Well, look, you're going to drop a player. You're drawing up Kevin Knox. Long, plays with his head up, smart, knows how to play. Long arms.
You know, it was a couple weeks ago on the road in Morgantown on a Saturday night where he just had a monster game. That in the lane for Admon Gilder.
Hey, Gilden looked like he could not run today in the shoot-around. He's nursing a meniscus. He looked fine there.
A&M has not been a healthy team for much of this year. That jumper too strong. Here comes Texas A&M. Gilder for 3. Way too strong.
Whoa.
Over the rim.
Whoa.
Quade Green. Rebound Washington.
Yeah, Coach Cal's losing his mind. He wanted Green to go to the rim or back it out because there was nobody, and I mean nobody down the court to rebound.
Very fast-paced in the early going. Davis got blocked by the rim and then lost the ball. Usually when Tyler Davis catches it down low, ball's going in the basket. Another block for the Aggies. Vanderbilt saves it in. Knox for 3. On the offensive glass, Wenyen Gabriel keeps the possession alive. Vanderbilt wasn't ready for that pass from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander is blowing by whoever is trying to guard him. He'll go here, I would assume.
Against Davis, that's a mismatch. Now A&M gets switched back. He still got by the defender. Good defense from the freshman TJ Starks. Baseline for Knox, in and out. Vanderbilt over the back.
I tell you what, that was pretty good defense by Texas A&M. And they finished it with a rebound. This is going to be a heck of a night. Heck of a night.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get back to 100%.
Energy, Dave Fleming, Dan Dockich, early 1-point lead for Kentucky over Texas A&M on the road. Let's welcome in the third member of our broadcast team, Chris Budden.
Dave, this is about the time of the year that teams start to taper off their practices, but it's been the exact opposite for this Kentucky team. The players told me over the last couple of days they've had the most exhausting practices that they've had all season. A lot of competitive 5-on-5 drills, also working conditioning throughout the practices. The idea is that this isn't punishment. John Calipari just wants his team to practice shooting the ball when they're mentally and physically exhausted, something that they have not done very well at the end of games recently.
And look, Dan, I know that for Kentucky, a lot of it's all about March and how we peak and get ready for the tournament, but they've never lost 3 straight games under Coach Cal since he's been there. This is 9th year. This would be their 3rd consecutive loss. They got to get some things figured out.
They do, and he said that today. He said, look, I'm not really game to game here. I'm going bigger picture. And that picture, as he said to his team, includes getting ready for March. But
Williams, face up, no good. An offensive rebound for the Aggies.
You know, and to Chris's point, that's why you practice so much. A lot of people worry about opponents. You know, you don't worry about opponents this time of year. You worry about making your own team better, and that's Cal's focus here.
Texas native, Houston native Jared Vanderbilt got close to the basket and then missed the shot.
Yeah, he went to his right shoulder for a jump hook. All he had to do was spin back. He's going to lay it in.
Yeah, he missed a good chunk of this year with injury. He's kind of playing his way back into hoops shape. Trosha Morelos, not a big scorer down low. Back to the basket, shot clock winding down against the double team. Okay.
Spun away from the double. The double was coming right shoulder. He spun baseline and just lifted up.
Now the Aggies up by 1. Kentucky's missed their last 6 shots from the field. Gabriel for 3. Way too strong. Here comes Texas A&M. 3-on-3. And Dwayne Wilson, the Marquette transfer. Backs it out. Grad transfer was a big part of that Marquette program. Trosha Morelos. Hogue. Wilson's going to try. That one no good. Shooting so far on both sides. And how would you describe it?
I would describe it as very bad. But I would also describe it as A&M's getting great looks. And Kentucky's had to work a little bit harder for their looks, but A&M's getting basically whatever they'd like. That's why you've seen Coach Cal substitute so much, and he's got 2 kids coming in because he doesn't like the defense.
Gilgeous Alexander, he is so quick. Wow. And he got fouled on the floor. That foul against Texas A&M. Head coach of the Aggies, his 7th year here with this program. I think he feels like this is one of his better teams. Billy Kennedy doing a good job at A&M, and there's some upside. They have not been healthy this year. They're getting healthy now.
Yeah, and David, they feel like when healthy, they are as good as anybody. Problem is, you know, you see number 13, Wilson. He's got that knee brace. He has a partially torn ACL. And the 2 guys on top are gimpy. You know, Glidden has a meniscus problem.
He hadn't been practicing much. Neither's been practicing much. And I'm trying to push some tempo here. Offensive numbers don't show it, but they do like to play in transition. Hogue 3, another one.
So easy. And here's why. If you can watch him shoot, his wrist and his elbow are in perfect line under the basketball, so it spins exactly like you want a basketball to spin. 3 rotations hit the rim.
Loose ball, who's going to come away with it? Gilder got it. Kentucky committed a foul.
Watch how Hogue's wrist is right under the basketball and his elbow follows. This is absolute, look at that. That is absolute perfect rotation, perfect stroke. You cannot draw that up any better.
Now, DJ Hogue coming off a game where He was 1 for 8 from the field. However, and you pointed this out, huge win for A&M on the road against a top 10 team Auburn earlier this week. He had 7 assists, only 1 turnover.
Yeah, I thought it was as good an all-around game as he's played. You know, so many times he is all about the jump shot, both good and bad. Good, he plays better defense. Bad, he doesn't. But I thought in the Auburn game, total team effort.
Josha Morelos feeling a little frisky in the early going. Davis got a hand on it, knocked it to his teammate. Bodies flying everywhere. Kentucky comes away with the ball, and then Nick Richards just traveled.
That's a good call, too. Richards ran out, just couldn't slow it down. Back foot travel.
Big crowd, sellout crowd, cheering on their Aggies. They lead 12-8.
Is one of the few teams in the country that can beat you by throwing over the top. It really doesn't matter whether help side's there, early, late. It does not matter. Now, here's what Kentucky worked on today. They worked on getting on the high side of the post. Now, when they got on the high side, they can't give an angle. They don't want to give an angle. So as the ball's coming in, they're going to jump right behind and make the bigs for Texas A&M shoot over them. So many teams, if you get in front, they just lob it. Kentucky's not going to give that up. That is huge in this game today.
Well, I think it's a good point. It is a big challenge for Kentucky with the size, the strength. There are not many front courts in the country bigger, stronger than Texas A&M. When Texas A&M's playing well, they play inside out.
We haven't seen it. You know, we have not seen so far the two guys, Robert Williams and Tyler Davis, really go on the block. Both of them have shot jump shots. And that is no good. You've got to throw the ball on the block if you're Texas A&M.
Gilder off the screen finds Davis, who's been out on the perimeter a little more than usual, perhaps. Hogue. Rebound, Gabriel.
He's the only guy. Well, that's not true. Wilson and Hogue should be the jump shooter. If not them, then throw it inside.
Gabriel all the way. No whistle. Stayed with it, though.
That was really good by Gabriel. Gabriel, 2 dribbles, was a little uncomfortable, but as you said, Dave, you're not going to get anything easy at the rim. You're just not against Texas A&M. So you've got to be ready, if you get it blocked, to continue to play, not salt.
Davis baseline. That shot fake got everybody moving. Foul against Kentucky. Let's go over to Chris.
John Calipari really focusing on the defensive effort of his team. He says, you guys aren't blocking out. You're just turning around and looking. What you have to do is look for the body, which is something he stressed earlier today during shoot-around, guys.
He did. He talked about you have to get a body and make a good block on it and not get back cut on inbounds play.
Yikes.
Oh, man.
Well executed by A&M. That's not going to make Coach Cal happy.
Well, Washington just got spun around a little bit. Got back cut.
Richards almost threw it out of bounds. There's Washington down low, kind of muscling his way in. Grabbed his own offensive rebound. Foul against the Aggies. Well, coming up next, our final Saturday showcase of the day. It's been a wild day already. USC and number 13 Arizona at the McHale Center in Tucson. A couple of the top teams in the Pac-12 right here on ESPN. You can catch it on the app.
Arizona smarting a little bit.
They did not play very well on defense against UCLA. Give the Bruins credit the other night, but UCLA went in there and got a win. Always fun to watch DeAndre Ayton. Averaging almost 20, 16 double-doubles. Can move, can jump.
Look, I get from a lot of people who's going to be the first player picked in the draft. You know, this guy, that guy, maybe Jaren Jackson Jr., but that kid Ayton is right there with anybody.
Yep. They need him to play better on defense. Arizona is uncharacteristic. They have not been a good defensive team. Top NBA draft prospects according to ESPN.com. Kevin Knox is on that list. Now, I think a typical Kentucky team, Kentucky season, you might see 2 or 3 names in that top 12, top 15 range. This isn't a typical Kentucky team.
No, it's not with only Kevin Knox, but you see the kid we were just talking about, Ayton. I don't know about you, Big Dave, but I'm not totally sold on Mo Bamba just yet. I think he's good, obviously. I think he's athletic, but I don't know that he is skilled enough. In the modern way we play NBA basketball, or they play NBA basketball, to be the 3rd pick in the draft, or to be anything other than just a guy that is serviceable as maybe a rebounder.
You better be, if you're going to be a traditional low block, shot blocking big man, you better be dominant at that stuff.
You got to shoot the basketball.
To me, it's a requirement.
I agree. Or like you said, you know, you've got to be dominant around the basket. I just don't see it yet. Doesn't mean it can't come. And again, we all know the NBA drafts on what? They draft on potential.
He's got the wingspan. He's got the measurables, all that stuff. Anyway.
The one thing that you look at with Calipari and Kentucky is how successful these kids have been in the NBA. And I would look at Kevin Knox and say, wait a second. That kid can shoot it. He is long. He's got a great build. You know, like Anthony Davis got huge. I mean, I went to a game it was about a month ago in Indianapolis, maybe 2 months ago now, and Anthony Davis is enormous.
Good pass, but Nick Richards is just having a heck of a time out here.
He's struggling. He's been kind of struggling all year.
Wilson hurt his knee. Runner, he's limping. He sort of jammed that hurt knee. He's going to have to come out of the game.
Dave, he hurt his knee at Auburn, and everybody on the Texas A&M sideline gasped a little bit because they went and took his brace off. You know, he's coming off where he has a torn ACL right now, and they just kind of replaced, you know, the brace, and you see it doesn't take much. Right there, I think the plant got him.
Yeah. And it's
What a
gone
tough
silent
kid.
in here. He is. He's playing with a torn ACL.
Yeah, partially torn is what others describe it as. When it's yours, it's torn. You know what I mean?
I'm not making the distinction.
Like,
so hopefully he's going to be okay. He is walking off on his own power. Let's welcome in Chris again. Chris.
Well, Wilson had to sit out the last 2 days during practice because that Auburn game was so physical that his knee got banged up. There was some swelling. So this was the first time that he's taken off back-to-back days.
I don't know how you practice with Gilder and Wilson. I really don't. Watching them out here, both of them are limping. Both of them need rest as opposed to any type of practice.
Well, number 0, J.J. Chandler's been in the last couple minutes. They're going to need some minutes from him.
I thought J.J. Chandler looked pretty good today. He looked active, confident, shooting the basketball.
He's just a freshman. They like his defense. That's a 3 for Green off the front rim, and that's a good rebound for the kid we're talking about.
I'm telling you, he had a real spirit to him. That doesn't mean he's going to go out here and get 20, but he's already contributed both defensively, keeping in front, and getting to the backboard.
From Katy, Texas. First time these two teams met, which was a 1-point win a month ago for Kentucky at home. J.J. Chandler played 2 minutes in that game. He's going to play more than that tonight.
Yeah, he's going to have to.
T.J. Starks back in the game. He has totally turned his season around. Starks for 3. About 6 guys going for that rebound. Knocked to Green. Knox passed up the 3. So did Gilgeous-Alexander. Extra pass. You like the ball movement, but I think Coach Cal wants that. He wants Knox to be the scorer.
Almost, period. You know, I mean, look, Gilgeous, he's getting by people. That's fine. Quaddy Green can shoot the basketball, but you want a good shot, you want a great shot. Great shot is Kevin Knox.
Kentucky had scored about 3 points in the previous 7 minutes until that bucket, and they're tied in this game.
You just don't drive it. There you go.
They did, and then threw it away.
You can't throw a pass against the zone at shoulder, chest level. You've got to bounce it or throw it up in the air.
Good pass from Gabriel. Green passed up the 3. Gabriel gets it back. Missed it. Tip up is good from Vanderbilt.
I really like Vanderbilt's game. He comes in and he's just active. He's just one of those guys that the ball finds.
He's got a lot of friends and family here at this game from Houston. Didn't play until January 16th. There was a lot of talk about maybe he would just sit out the whole year with a foot problem. But it got better. Williams spin move. Williams has been mostly quiet on the offensive end. Starks, shots aren't falling for T.J. Starks right now.
Hey, and that was a really physical block out by Vanderbilt, and Davis is hurt because of it.
Davis maybe hitting the throat, trying to shake it off. Ouch. Kentucky took advantage.
Hey, that was big time block out. And that's what Cal talked about. Look, you got to be physical here.
I guess Davis is feeling okay. Easy for me to say.
Hey, look, you got to go put a body on somebody, and if that involves, hey, upper body, lower body, you're going to see a great block out right here, a little bit to the throat. But Vanderbilt just playing hard. Both ends got tip on one end, block out on the other.
Kevin, 7:32 to go. First half, Kentucky with the 4-point lead on an 8-0 run. The big man for Texas A&M, Tyler Davis, trying to end that at the free throw line. He's been their best player this year. One of the best in the SEC, leading the league in field goal percentage. He gets to the line a lot. Could be better at the free throw line. Leave some points out there. That time made them both.
You know what? When he snaps his wrist, I was watching today. When he snaps his wrist, the ball, exactly what we were talking about with Hogue, it spins really nicely. When he kind of pushes it, that's when he gets in trouble.
Wenyon, Gabriel, Vanderbilt, those guys giving Kentucky good minutes. That was a terrible pass.
But
TJ Starks out in the open court. Williams with the follow.
Hey, that was a bad pass, but that was really good defense. Starks read it. He got beat on the back cut, but Starks read it. And how about Williams running like crazy?
Knocks off a hard screen. Savion Flagg, the freshman, in for A&M. Gabriel whips it into the corner. Green three off the side of backboard. Yikes. Starks created a little separation with the body and laid it in. Nifty play. Timeout, Kentucky. That was a quick 6-0 run. We'll be back.
Your friend.
Watching the SEC on ESPN. Dan Dockich, what'd you like about that last sequence?
I like the fact that Robert Williams sprinted. Watch him right here. You got all these Kentucky guys. Here's a guy back. Nobody sprints with him. Watch Williams. He's beat. Knox is jogging. He waits, and Williams just blasts by everybody for the dunk. There is no excuse in open court for not putting your head down and just sprinting. Offense or defense, either way.
That's what they love about Robert Williams here in College Station. He is a big man who can move.
This is the baseline action they're trying to run here, but they can't get into it because great pressure by Texas A&M.
Look who's here tonight with this big crowd, sellout crowd, the new head coach of the Aggies, Jimbo Fisher, coming over from Florida State. How does 10 years, $75 million sound to you?
Not bad.
Yeah. Sixth team foul against A&M. Knox elevates. Rebound Williams.
Well, Knox needed to kick. You got Brad Calipari in there because no one's making a jump shot.
Did you notice that? Brad is in the game. He doesn't play much. That's kind of a sign of how things are going. That three looked good out of the hands. Calipari gets a rebound. Knox runs the floor and finishes beautifully.
Same exact thing. Davis jogged. Knox sprinted. Always sprint. Never jog.
He's got 11 of Kentucky's 20, and the game's tied again.
I'm not even sure Knox sprinted.
Williams baseline. Air ball.
You and I watched him today. He made 8 in a row today. Hey, watch this. Watch getting out and running. Here's Knox. Here's Davis. Watch how one runs and the other just jogs. See Davis, he just jogging. Knox ran right by him. Nobody got back on defense. Gilder was there. He didn't cover the rim. I swear, if you just sprint the wings in college basketball, you can average 10 points a game just on that.
Here's P.J. Washington with the right hand. It rolled around and out. We should point out, Sasha Kalia-Jones, sophomore, big man. That's not the reason that Brad Calipari's in this game. That's a turnover for A&M, but Kalia-Jones is not here. He had a grandparent who passed away. Johnny Manziel is here. How about that? The Heisman Trophy winner. Big star at A&M. We drove around the arena earlier this afternoon. There was this giant line of what looked to be students. We couldn't figure out what it was.
I thought they had a Rolling Stones concert here or something.
Johnny Manziel was signing autographs, and there it was cold and wet, and there were a lot of people waiting. Knox, jumper too strong. Richards, who's the foul against?
5. Teddy Valentine.
It's against the Aggies and flag. Our ABC Sunday Showcase game. It's LeBron. And he's trying to figure out who's on his team right now. The Cavs and the Celtics tomorrow, 3:30 Eastern. NBA Countdown starts at 3 noon Pacific on ABC.
Hey, LeBron made a lot of trades over the before
Wheeling
the
and dealing,
deadline.
LeBron.
Yeah, he was. You can tell me it was that Altman guy. That's LeBron doing it. The 5 worst words in college basketball
are,
let's go to the monitor.
I will say in the SEC they have this collaborative system with the home office and the replay center, and it tends to, I think, speed things up.
It did not at all in the Texas A&M game late.
It did not. That was pitiful.
We could have made
pitiful
macaroni and cheese and put hot dogs in it. Anything.
I think they're trying to make sure they know who the shooter is supposed to be. Kentucky's now in the bonus.
The shooter is...
I mean, if they called it against flag, it's got to be P.J. Washington,
yes,
right?
and that's Ted Valentine raised his hand and said on number 5, which is flag.
Right. So P.J. Washington was the guy who was tangled up with him, so that's who's going to shoot the free throws. P.J., who is another Texas kid. Kentucky's got a pretty good tradition going recently of Texas players heading to Lexington. Julius Randle, the Harrison twins, De'Aaron Fox.
I had a nice talk with his dad. His dad's a coach at Findlay Prep. He, unlike many others, is a fan of our broadcasting.
Unlike so many others across the country.
Bank it in.
PJ, he is a big, strong kid. He doesn't have a lot of nuance yet to his game.
No, but he's willing. Yeah, some big, strong kids want to stand around, float around, not him.
Kentucky's playing zone.
I've got it, even though it's a zone, I've got to look high-low from middle down to Robert Williams. Robert Williams' short corner isn't great. That's what I'm talking about. That's not great. He's got to get on the block, doesn't care, man or zone. There you go.
Williams lost the ball. That should have been a dunk.
Robert Williams, by description, and this is the worst thing I think you can say about a player.
Yikes.
If he plays hard, we'll have a chance to win. It should never, ever have, no player should have that preface on it. If he plays hard, if he's got his motor tonight, that should never be involved, ever.
He's got 7 rebounds. He's got a couple blocks, but just the 2 points and some real sloppy plays.
Yeah.
Knox has not been sloppy. He finds Richards for the dunk.
Yeah, that was really nice by Knox. Knox took his time. Look, rule of thumb is you throw the ball to the baseline for a jump shot. You drive it to the basket only if you can get to the rim or you know where the next pass is. And Knox absolutely knew where the next pass was.
Against this Kentucky zone, they played some zone against the Aggies in Lexington. That 1-point Kentucky win a month ago.
Played a lot of zone.
Gilder open 3. Offensive rebound, Trocia Morelos with a foul. Sellout crowd trying to help their Aggies to a big-time win in College Station.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's Hamburgers, made with fresh, never frozen beef.
22-22, Kentucky and Texas A&M, 3:36 to go first half. Do some more drawing, Dan.
Well, you see number 32 sitting on the bench right there. Let me show you why. He is right here. Trocia Morelos is here. He's going to go to the backboard. You're going to see Gabriel just absolutely whips on the blockout. He doesn't look. He looks. Now he turns his head. Whip. Trocia Morelos goes to the rim, gets the N1. Gabriel's got to sit down. You said it, Dave. You know, you said it early. John Calipari, and you see him all over Gabriel. He's not tolerating defensive mistakes, and that was a big one.
It's obviously not a good enough excuse in that instance. We always hear the basketball cliche, so much tougher to box out and rebound out of a zone defense. Vanderbilt fell down. He got a rebound and fell down. That's a turnover. So A&M will keep the ball. Sports Center after Arizona USC tonight. John Anderson, Kenny Mayne getting ready already. With the Warriors and the Spurs highlights. Great game in East Lansing. Purdue, Michigan State. Was there a #1 seed on the line? Gonzaga, St. Mary's. I would argue right now the best rivalry out on the West Coast in college hoops.
Who's going to win? You're a West Coast guy.
Well, St. Mary's beat him in Spokane, so now they get him at home. Wow, Williams. Man, does he play above the rim. His head was over the rim.
I was going to say, dunked it with his nose. That's where Williams has to be. You can put him on a short corner. He's almost thrown 3 balls away on simple passes. You got to put him on the block, zone, man, it doesn't matter.
Gilgeous-Alexander's been mostly quiet. Knox has not. He's playing a really good first half. Awkward shot. Rebound. Who wants it?
It's going up, nope.
A good sign for A&M that Dwayne Wilson is back in the game. Wide open Gilder. No. A lot of good looks from the outside. Davis offensive board. Williams! Wow! Tried to answer with a lob. That did not work. Wilson, another one. And the hustle by Kentucky. Now is Williams all right? He landed hard. Vanderbilt called for a foul.
Well, you see here, the hand is up against the zone. He finds behind the zone. You always want to be behind the zone. And here's a second look at it. What a great pass by Wilson. And then the putback. Equally as good, actually more impressive. Davis on the block, Williams on the block. There's not much you can do, and when you do stuff like that, I ain't mad at you. Show the
You're
guns.
allowed to do that, I think.
Sun's out, guns out. Let's go.
He was trying for a 3rd straight, and for A&M, a sigh of relief that he gets up okay. Free throw, too strong. Whistle against the Aggies.
You know, again, you have to play number 44 Williams behind the bottom line of the zone. If he gets in front of the zone, you can guard him because he's not a great shooter. He doesn't have a variety of moves. But behind the zone, he can rebound it, he can post it, and obviously you can lob to him. He's a stud.
Tyler Davis got called for his 2nd foul. Kentucky in the bonus. P.J. Washington. The first free throw try for young P.J. was not pretty. That one prettier.
Yeah, he made an adjustment. The first one was long and left. Smooth that is.
Coming up on the Alfa Romeo halftime report, how the Hokies pull off that stunner. It is a stunner in Charlottesville. Emotional win for Tom Izzo. Allison Williams talked to him after the game. He seemed pretty emotional.
Who's the #1 team in the country? Is it Michigan State?
It might be.
You had Villanova lose earlier. You had Ohio State go into Purdue. Purdue lost to Michigan State. So Purdue's lost twice here in this week, and now you have Virginia. So maybe the #1 team in the country will have Tuesday night at Minnesota, Michigan State.
They got an argument for it. That was nifty, but Wilson missed the shot. Vanderbilt lays it in.
Really nice by Vanderbilt. I don't know if that was a Euro step or a travel, but he kept his chin on the rim and just got to the rim.
Here they call it a Houston step. That's where he's from.
All right.
They don't, but
They should.
Hogue up top. Wilson. Outside shots not really falling for A&M.
How about you reverse the ball and get the ball down to Williams?
I don't know if that's going to happen on this possession. It did not. Rebound Kentucky. Good bounce pass to Green, and then Wilson with the quick hands knocked it out of bounds.
Hey, that was really quick. Green looked like he was going to, get a little bit around him and go lay it in, but terrific hands by Wilson. It's quick right here. A lot of guys bail out. He went and got it, knocked it out of bounds.
Where's the ball? That was a good play. 25 to shoot. Kentucky, a lot of things have not gone particularly well for the Wildcats. They're only down 1.
I think you got to take right here. I think you got to spread out a little bit and let him go.
Gilgeous-Alexander, the early minutes of this game, he was going right by A&M's defense. Washington down low. Gilgeous-Alexander, jumper, good. That's a 3.
Yeah, and they were playing off of him. They were going to let him shoot. Starks was going to take away the drive. So good for Gilgeous-Alexander. He just took his time, lifted up, drilled.
He's been playing huge minutes lately and been playing really well for the most part.
I think he's really good.
Oh, long 3. Alexander with the rebound. There is about a 10-second difference, game clock, shot clock. Uses a screen. Faked on Williams. That's a three for Green. Good.
What a great play by three guys. Gilgeous-Alexander driving it and not forcing it. Washington knew he had a decent shot, but found a great shot from Green. That is good basketball. Hey, look, it's a team game, and you're going to see three guys make a terrific play. Gilgeous-Alexander's going to drive it. The kick's going to come out to here, and then Green's going to be in the corner with a great shot. Not a good shot, a great shot. Here's a bad shot right here if he takes it. Here's a shot because he's not a three-point shooter, and there's a great shot. That's good basketball by the Cats.
9-0 run for number 24 Kentucky in this rugged SEC. Auburn bounces back, beats Georgia in Athens. Bryce Brown didn't play for Auburn. Didn't matter. They controlled that game from start to finish. What a win for Alabama. Tennessee's been rolling. They win in Lexington earlier this week. This afternoon they go down. Biggest top 15 win in Alabama hoops history. 78-50. Michael Porter Jr. Lots of talk that he may play before the end of the year. And Missouri has found a way to win some games even without him.
Yeah, Missouri's been really well coached by Conza Martin. I don't understand the discussion. People are saying, well, Michael Porter shouldn't play. Look, if you're a competitor and you're on a team, and your team has a game, and you're healthy, you play, unless you're redshirted. He's not redshirted. He's going to go to the NBA after, you know, the next month, 6 weeks, whatever they play. I just don't get the conversation of criticizing him for not playing. I think it's crazy. I get the NBA. I get where you want to be next, but dang. Got a game you play.
And, you know, the thing about Missouri, they get a lot of credit for me for being above 500 in what is a very good league this year. Texas A&M, they began the year 0-5 in the SEC. That's when they were banged up, missing some key guys. 0-5.
0-5. A lot of players have to make a decision. You know, what do we want out of this? And apparently their players decided we want to go back to being the team that was 11-1.
Auburn at 10-2. Kentucky has to go there this week. You'll be there, right? Are you going to be at that game?
Yeah, PJ Carlissimo, myself. Yeah, we will be doing the crossover. Auburn at home against Kentucky. Should be a heck of an environment.
And by the way, Teddy Valentine and company looking to check on a jump shot 2 or a 3. And I think it was a 3. Huh? Well, I mean, Teddy keeps signaling 3 to us. We're doing hand signals across the court.
I'm supposed to bunt or hit and run. I'm not sure.
All right, so it was a 2, not a 3. Yeah, we missed the bunt sign.
The hit and run was on, I think.
Guy got thrown out.
Hey, I like Kentucky's team. I know that everybody expects Kentucky to be great, blow everybody out. This isn't that team, but this first half, regardless of what happens on this possession, pretty good.
Here we go, 8 seconds. Hogue was the big guy. Washington on him. 3 seconds. Hogue all the way. Had his shot blocked, and the horn sounds. Texas A&M comes up empty. What a finish to the first half from the Wildcats, trying to avoid a 3rd straight loss and get a big win on the road. And they hung in there in the paint against the big guys of the Aggies. Let's go over to Chris.
Coach, you put a big emphasis on rebounding in this game. What do you thought of their efforts on the board so far?
They're out rebounding. We're getting offensive rebounds too, but they're like just running by and tipping. We're not putting bodies on people. We've got to make some free throws, but I'm liking what I'm seeing.
What does this come down to in the second half?
I didn't hear.
What does this come down to in the second half?
Don't know yet. We'll see how it's played.
Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Chris. Thank you, Coach Calipari. Trying to avoid a 3rd straight loss. That's never happened under John at Kentucky. 30-26, Kevin Connors in studio. Energy, we get ready to start the second half in College Station with the Aggies at home down 4, 30-26 against Kentucky. Dave Fleming, Dan Dockich back with you here. All right, Dan, we're going to throw up a few numbers on our screen. Will you do me a favor, play weatherman, and point to the one that stands out the
I've
most?
been practicing.
Can you do this?
See this number right here?
Yeah, that one, 2 for 14.
Look, 14 threes is inexcusable in a half for this Texas A&M team. The number, I don't care how many you make or miss, it's inexcusable. You've got Robert Williams, who needs the basketball. He has 6 shots. 2 of them off the offensive glass, 2 of them are jump shots. Throw him the basketball. Throw Davis the basketball, and you'll be in this game in the second half.
Well, let's hear from Chris what Billy Kennedy told her.
That was basically everything that he said, that he wants his team to be more disciplined offensively. They've settled to too many jumpers, too many three-point shots. He thinks that they can get the ball inside, be a bit more disciplined. He does like the way that they play defensively. They can keep Gilders out of the paint. But he said, hey, hold him to 30 points at half against this Kentucky team. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I didn't get fired because I didn't know what I was doing. I got fired because my players kept getting hurt. So that's easy in this game. I mean, that is easy. 14 threes when you've got this kind of size up front against freshmen is inexcusable. It was good work by Chris getting that out of Billy Kennedy.
Quade Green starts the second half on the floor for Kentucky. No Hamidou Diallo. That basket is good from T.J. Starks.
And that's what you like to see out of Starks. Look, getting the ball on the block also involves driving. Just paint touches. Get the ball on the paint. Quit settling.
Hamidou Diallo coming off a game where he did not score. Not a point against Tennessee. He hardly played in the first half with a couple of fouls. And he's not on the floor for Kentucky to start this half. Washington traveled.
Yeah, Washington wanted to cross over, but he forgot to dribble.
That is an important part of that move.
Unless you're going to foot fake,
right?
And you cross over with your feet. But if you're going to cross over with a dribble, you got to dribble. You got to keep this kid in front. Starks can get going here. You just have to keep him in front, make him a jump shooter.
He's been playing really well. The freshman, who was hardly playing at all early in the season. Green grabbed his jersey. They didn't call it. Starks. Davis with the tip in.
And Starks going wherever you want. You don't keep him in front. Guess what? Help has to come. Davis came down the lane because his man helped. Easy tip.
Did you notice that? Green grabbed it.
Yeah.
Grabbed it.
Yeah. That was an easy
handful
call.
of his jersey.
Yeah. He did. How about move your feet?
In football, that's a flag. Knox baseline jumper is good.
That's the action. Baseline runner, some people call it. We used to call it triangle with Coach Knight. Other people call it circle. Knox running off a post on each block. Tough to guard. They want to give him some space.
He's got 13. He's hard not to like. I know he hadn't been consistent, but Kevin Knox can play.
Love Kevin Knox. Like everything about him.
Dad played college football at Florida State. From Tampa Catholic. There's Williams down low. Wide open. Gilder passed up the 3 for a 2 that's good.
Yeah, but you don't have to double Williams with the ball out there. And you can't run off Gilder or you can't run off Starks when Williams has the ball. You want him shooting the basketball or trying to go off on a 2-dribble drive.
Washington off the dribble. Managed to avoid the block, but that shot was definitely altered. Starks bounces it to Williams. The big man running the floor.
And John Robick, his assistant, hostile. And I'll tell you exactly why. Williams runs right by everybody. Williams runs Main Street. Just sprints by everybody. You see 25 jogging, 22 not getting back. Kevin Knox not protecting the rim. Williams running Main Street, whipped the entire team of Kentucky.
Well, Kentucky ended the first half on an 8-0 run. Texas A&M has gone on an 8-2 run to start the second half, and they have the lead, 34-32. Dave Fleming, Dan Dockich, Chris Button, Way and Gabriel in the game. Got fouled by Robert Williams, the big man who has energized this sellout crowd by playing not just above the rim, way above the rim.
Way above the rim. You got to drive Williams. Williams comes out a little sloppy on his closeout, and Gabriel right there just kind of swept, drove. And Williams didn't big step and move his feet. I'd drive him in his zone. Put your best driver on his side.
Texas A&M down at half. They have not won a game all year, not one where they trailed at halftime. That's, well, I don't know if it was a bad pass or if Gilgeous-Alexander short-armed it or what.
No, that's a bad pass.
Okay.
That would have taken the great Mike Evans to make that reception.
They were putting some football highlights up on the big board with Johnny Manziel here tonight. Hogue, 3, good.
Don't be surprised if Vanderbilt comes out.
They'll catch on the offensive end and travel.
Calipari's running out of guys.
Yeah.
Because here's why he was mad at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt did not help up on the ball screen. He switched to Hogue, but he didn't come up and take away the shot. And then you travel. Good for Vanderbilt. He stayed opposite Calipari as he ran down the court because he didn't want to hear what Coach Cal was saying.
There's not a lot of options for Kentucky. Hogue against the zone. Almost shot another three. Starks. Back to Gilder. He makes one.
Great play by Starks.
Biggest lead for the Aggies and a big 14-2 run. Nifty dribble to go right through the defense. Contact, no whistle. Here comes A&M. Pull up three. Good! What a run. 17-2 and A&M's up big.
ESPN's exclusive of college basketball is brought to you by Wendy's Hamburgers, made with fresh, never frozen beef.
The Aggies have not been members of the SEC for too long. This has become a nice little rivalry in college basketball. They play close, tough games, and A&M on a huge run in the early minutes of the second half. Johnny Manziel, of course, a big part of A&M's transition to the SEC. He's got to be thrilled with what he's seeing. Look at the shooting for the Aggies in the second half. 7 of 8. They've scored on every possession they've had since the halftime break. There's a whistle and a foul against A&M.
You know what they've done? They've broken down Kentucky's defense when it's been at half court. And that was Starks. Starks started out with a layup. Then Starks started out making a great pass out to Gilder for a three. You know, you break down, and then he broke down the defense to where a tip-in came. So just not settling for threes has been huge for A&M.
That was a second foul on Robert Williams. A&M playing some zone defense here.
Well, Diallo is an NBA guy like he thinks he is. It's time to show it.
From the free throw line, there's his first basket of the game.
Look, it is. It's time to show it. Knox is out. Coach Cal has not been happy with his defense. So here you go.
I mean, maybe his best game of the year came against A&M in Lexington.
Yeah, in 18.
He just has not played well lately. Williams, that was a pretty good look. Davis posts up, had his shot blocked from behind, saved in to Gabriel. Here comes Kentucky. Washington, a lot of contact, offensive foul.
He just couldn't get left enough, if that makes sense to you. The defense was sitting there. He was going to his left. He just couldn't quite get left. I think that's a bad call. I think he's still moving. If you're still moving into the guy's way, that should be a foul on the defense. And one, that's a bad call.
Now Washington comes out. Calipari was probably disagreeing with the call, but he also wasn't thrilled with P.J. Washington. Hogue has played a nice game. It's a nifty pass if he had hit a three-point shooter. Here's Starks way off the mark.
Again, they made him shoot a jump shot. There was no attack at the rim. I thought maybe Williams would back him down a little bit, not really his game.
Here's Knox. They need him big time. Georges Alexander, nifty move, had it stripped away.
He's playing like a freshman. He's dribbling into too much trouble. What you have to do is see that's there, kick it to the next. You know you'll get it back, and then make your move after the defense moves a little bit. He's trying to drive a set defense.
Davis sets a screen for Gilder. Jump shot. Goes down.
Again, nobody is helping up to these shooters. When they switch the ball screen, everybody's staying flat and giving too much room.
Kentucky's down 9. They led by 4 at halftime. It has been all A&M in the second half. Diallo, not a good shot.
Terrible shot. Again, you kick it, you get it back, you run your offense.
Gilder. Wow! didn't think he could get there. That's climbing the ladder. Knox way too strong. This time it's Davis for the dunk. That will quiet the crowd just for a moment.
Yeah, but Coach Cal's got more fire than any guy on Kentucky. Like, the last 3-4 possessions have been about as lazy as you can possibly play if you're Kentucky. And when you do that against a team that's talented like these guys are, you're getting what you deserve, which is blown out of the gym right now.
You get dunked on.
Right.
Starts, rejected.
Dave, I don't know about you, but this was out of the gym. I mean, this was Grand Hill 1991. I mean, you think it's going. Look at this. Oh, man. And then nobody runs back again. Nobody protects the rim. You got to protect the rim first and foremost.
There's hardly any blue in the picture.
No, there was one guy, and he went in. Look at the blow by there. Good block, but a blow by.
But they carry him and backed in. It's all going right for A&M. Can you believe this?
This is awesome. This is awesome. Where are we going?
That's a foul against Gilder.
Hey, look, you can say, oh, they're making everything. No, they're making everything because they're getting what they want. And I'm telling you, hustle, you play hard, things like this happen. There is a saying in basketball, the ball knows. The ball knows who shot it. And they know the team and the guys that are playing harder than the other team shot that ball so it goes in. It's amazing what happens when you just play hard.
Just an incredible run here. Remember, it was 30-26 at the half. Kentucky.
7.5 minutes, they've scored 26 this half. Texas A&M. After 20 minutes. Look at this.
Lazy pass, almost stolen.
The thing you don't like when you watch Kentucky is nobody comes together.
The thing that I do like is USC Arizona.
Great game.
In Tucson, 10:15 Eastern. Right here on ESPN, on the app. Big one in the Pac-12. I couldn't tell if that was going to be a pass or a shot. It was a shot.
He's the guy. He's trying.
He and Knox.
Yeah.
Those are the two guys that are going to have to carry Kentucky. Nobody else looks like they could do it on offense.
Nobody else looks like they can do it on defense either.
That's a whole nother point.
Like right there.
Just getting whatever they want.
Yeah. What you're supposed to do on a double team is Richards, in this case, was supposed to come over in front of the lane. And nobody got there because nobody hustled there. And end up, you're late, you foul. It's automatic around the rim.
52-38 Texas A&M. It has been total domination for the Aggies since halftime. They were down 4 against Kentucky. Look at the second half numbers for A&M.
A&M came right out. High ball screen. TJ Starks whipped everybody on Kentucky. It started out that way, and you see, when you get stuff going to the rim, whatever the reason, three-point shooting starts coming. And I think they've just taken Kentucky apart as we sit here right now. A lot of time left, obviously. But, man, is the body language of Kentucky childish in some ways. Wouldn't you agree? Like,
it just doesn't. I know they are young. Of course they're young.
Yeah.
They're young every year. This is their youngest team. It's the youngest team in the history of college basketball. But put that aside for a minute, because we've seen lots of young Kentucky players with leadership, with fire, with determination. I'm not saying none of these kids have it, but
tonight,
not enough of it.
Well, tonight, you know, they've been punched in the mouth. They've been hit hard and, you know, haven't responded. We'll see if they do.
Washington got fouled. Most games starting 5 freshmen at a time. It's all Kentucky. Nobody's ever had a year like this. 24 of their 25 games they've started 5 freshmen. Let's go over to Chris.
John Calipari in that last huddle challenging his team's toughness, saying you're not going after loose balls. And then one of the things that he stressed to this team is that you have to take responsibility when you make a mistake. And Gilgeous-Alexander, during that timeout, came over and he said, "That's on me, guys, that's on me." So still a bit of a learning curve for these guys.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. He's talked about that today. You know, we can't get involved in ourselves. We have to you can't get involved in childish things. That's yourself. You got to get involved in team-type things, mature-type things. You know, take ownership of your own play and do something about it. But you got to give A&M credit. This has been a mature group that just came out to compete like crazy, not just play a game.
Double team.
There you go.
That one was a little more effective. Shot clock starting to wind down. Dwayne Wilson. The three. Good.
He just measured Richards there.
And that one's tough for Kentucky. A&M makes that shot okay.
Yeah, but you know, you're down. You can have a little more hand pressure to keep him off balance. Because remember, Wilson's playing. You know, we talked about with a torn ACL. It's not like he's going to get by you.
Not going to blow by even the big guy. That's a good point. Foul against A&M. Hogue, Gilder rather, his third.
You see Dwayne Wilson out there with the knee brace, but it was actually his ankle that he injured in the first half, but he told me he's good to go.
On the break, nice dish, flag. How many dunks has A&M had?
A lot. And in transition, it's all because they're sprinting while Kentucky's jogging.
I'll say it again. It was 30-26 Kentucky at the half. Vanderbilt elevated, got a good look. Big-time rebound for the freshman, Savion Flatt.
Huge rebound. He came sprinting from left to right and got it at the top of his jump.
Trosha Morelos banked it in.
Why not? One bank shot, the ball knows. Two bank shots, you're just getting, it's just your day.
Vanderbilt was fouled. This is the point you've been making a bunch of times. This has happened a lot tonight.
Yeah, all you got to do is look, okay, there's a tip ball. Sprint back, sprint. Everybody sprint, get to the rim. Nobody sprint. You see Knox trailing the play. Knox is jogging. Flag is sprinting. He just outraced Knox there. And that's what has Coach Calipari as frustrated as I have ever seen him.
Trosha Morelos has committed a couple fouls here in the last few minutes. He's got 4. That fast break point number, that doesn't really tell the whole story. Here, Vanderbilt misses the free throw. A&M's banking in threes. Kentucky's missing free throws.
It's your day, or when it's your half, huh?
And remember that Kentucky, end of the first half, 8-0 run. They were running around, sprinting to the rim, doing all the things that A&M's done for the last 10 minutes. 1 of 2 for Vanderbilt. Second half, you spotlighted as your weatherman open to the second half. 2 of 14 in the first half from 3 for A&M. 6 of 6 in the second half.
And they've all been good ones, though.
2 off the backboard.
Yeah, 2 off the backboard. That's
good would maybe be a stretch.
Yeah. Oh, man, he's hurt again, Wilson. You got to stop this game.
We heard from Chris, it wasn't the knee, it was the ankle. Now he's just going to see. He's a frustrated kid, and you can understand why. He's playing with a partially torn ACL. That's not an ankle, is it?
I don't think so. I think that's the right knee.
many tougher players in college hoops than that guy.
I think if you're a coach, you got to think about playing him or not playing him. You know, that kid wants to go, man. He wants to play, but you know, this is 3 times in the last 2 games where he's struggled.
It's a senior year. You can understand.
Yeah.
Grad transfer, come here, big ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I want to play every minute. I'm not playing him at all.
Flag traveled.
Look, you can play. People say, well, how can you play with a torn ACL? You absolutely can play. We had Alan Henderson in 1993 at Indiana. He tore his ACL, and his dad was a doctor. And they're like, look, for the brace out, we'll have surgery after. Now you got to be careful. Those kind of things can happen.
We can only hope for the best for Dwayne Wilson. Diallo got his own miss. Bodies flying everywhere. Laid it in.
You know, it's interesting. Texas A&M plays this wide zone where they give you a gap drive because they know they're going to bother you. Look at this defense. This is get the ball out, drive it right through the entire team, and finish with your strong hand, which should never happen to it with a left-handed kid.
Diallo for 3. Yes.
Well, he's got 5 quick ones here, and you got to have somebody help Knox, and this is a good move picking up full court. A&M wasn't ready.
Nifty little pressure that forces an A&M timeout to avoid the turnover. They only have 1 timeout left despite the big lead, 63-45. It has been such a crazy week and a half in college basketball. Big Monday ACC matchup for you, and who knows, Notre Dame going into Chapel Hill. Notre Dame played well today against Florida State on ESPN, the ESPN app, Monday, 7 Eastern.
Hey, they're not beating. North Carolina's playing really good.
Yeah.
Like in person, that's as good a team as I've seen. Now, I saw them in New Orleans when they beat Ohio State bad. But when Luke May, who had 33 and 17 today, gets making shots, forget about it.
Texas A&M, another team that has started to play better and better as they've gotten healthier. 16-8, 5-6 in lead. Remember, they began 0-5. Computers like them a lot. Lunardi's got them as a 9 seed. That will jump up if they beat Kentucky here today, you got to think. They had a lot of quality wins. This will be their 4th win against a ranked opponent. And the first 3 have not been at home. Well, those are good victories. That pressure was broken easily. Now it's 3-on-2. It's going to lead to a ball knocked out of bounds. I thought that was a foul. It was not called a foul.
Look, if you're just doing the eye test, Texas A&M's an NCAA team, right?
Sure.
I mean,
yeah, Lunardi's got him safely in the field as of now. Safely, but in the field with some cushion. Teddy wanted to get involved for a minute.
yeah, I mean, I'm a big Teddy fan, and he just wanted to let everybody know.
I'm here. I'm in charge. Hogue 3 is too strong.
Well,
and the outlet, Diallo, the high flyer, and it knocked away by Williams, but he was called for the foul.
Man, think about it. Down there with Williams getting no call, and then down on the other end with Williams getting a call.
Man.
Wow, that's a tough call. That's great. Here's Williams again, though. What did he do?
He ran.
He sprinted. I'd be a bad ref because I think I wouldn't make that call just based on his hustle. I'd be like, this is a bad call.
He didn't hit him in the head either. Sometimes you miss that when you focus on the ball. They just showed the replay here in the gym. They have the world's biggest basketball video boards now inside Reed Arena.
And Williams, you talked about his energy earlier. I mean, he's been impressive here, not doing the things that you're used to, right? Blocking shot. He's been impressive running the floor.
Yeah.
Right? Beating people down the floor.
Good hustle by Kentucky there. Wildcats, a positive couple minutes here. Gabriel, where was he going with that one? He dribbled it off of Hogue's leg out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know. They had Diallo right in the middle, and nobody even looked at him. That's a tough inbounds. Look at Williams right on the ball right there. That is a tough inbounds.
Green down the lane, kicked it to Diallo for 3. That one, my goodness.
Wow.
That's the second one. Williams with the rejection, but Vanderbilt laid it in.
Yeah, really good by Williams blocking the shot, but Vanderbilt stuck with it.
Starts, blocked by Gabriel.
So smart. So smart. You're at home. You know they're going to call a foul if you drive it. So instead of settling, go to the rim. Refs will bail you out. Williams has 10 points, 9 rebounds, but he's done a lot more. Look how difficult he makes this. I mean, he's going to get a tip here. He got a tip earlier for a steal. But not only does he do that, he dunks a lot.
Can I count the dunks during
Go
this
ahead.
package? Well, you can talk, but that's one.
That's one. Hey, he runs the floor. He got behind the defense.
3.
He has done everything. He's out hustled. Look, he runs right by Kentucky's defense, not once but twice. Actually, Dave, how many dunks did you have?
I had 5 in that package.
5 dunks?
Yeah.
He's got 5 baskets. He's 5 for 8.
All of his baskets are dunks. High percentage.
Hey, you didn't go to Stanford for nothing, people. Mom and Dad didn't fork out big money for that education.
Nailed it. Free throw missed by T.J. Starks. You said it very early in this game. When Robert Williams runs the floor and plays hard, this is a different team. And it shouldn't, maybe there shouldn't be a when attached to that.
No, there shouldn't be, but there is. And when he does it, you're up by 20.5 against Kentucky when he does it.
Green, little shot fake, and then scores off the glass.
Yeah, really good by Green. You mentioned the shot fake. I love this by Cal. Make A&M make some open court plays. Put a little pressure on them while you guard the rim.
Davis, he was trying to pass, I think, to his teammate Gabriel. Almost looked like he was just fouling to end the threat of a dunk. Didn't it almost look like Gabriel was reaching around like it was the end of the game and he got to get a foul on?
And like, hey, look, I don't want to be dunked on again.
Yeah.
But Davis, you see that though. Davis was uncomfortable. You get the ball out of the ball handler's hands, and you make Davis or you make Williams handle it out there a little bit.
Well, the defense otherwise hasn't been very effective for Kentucky, so why not try something different?
Absolutely.
It's a whistle away from the ball.
I'm gonna tell you, that should be on 44. They're gonna call that on Vanderbilt, but I watched that, and Vanderbilt grabbed Williams from behind, but man, I don't know what you do. Look at this. Just knocks him out, and I don't know how you play post defense. Maybe he should have been more aware of the step in, but I don't know what you do when a guy dives into you like that.
Starts pretty move. And they're going to count the basket and call a foul underneath the basket. Is that another one against Kentucky?
We're staying here.
Jake starts, so that would be an indication. I guess Gabriel.
Remember early in the game when Gabriel whiffed on the block out?
Yes.
Because he turned his head too early?
Yeah.
I'll give Gabriel credit. At least he learned. I'm sure Calipari and the assistant said, look at the man, find the man, put your body on him. He did it, but it was a foul.
So count the basket, plus the foul. Hogue open 3. Good.
Screen to screen. Kentucky's messed it up 3 times the first time. Hogue got a look. Wow.
And that's just a killer. Kentucky actually had a little momentum. Started to do some positive things. Gilgeous Alexander, you can't even hear the whistle. It's gotten so loud. That was a foul well before he got in the lane.
Let me ask you, Dave. We've watched basically Gilgeous Alexander dribble and drive this whole half. What are they trying to do offensively, Kentucky? Is there any recognizable? Are they trying to go to the post? Are they trying to cut and move? What are they trying to do? There's nothing.
You can't notice a specific game plan.
No. It's been him kind of dribbling.
And Kevin Knox, they haven't found ways to get him the ball.
Nobody ran back again.
Again. How many times can it happen?
After a free throw where you have a chance to communicate.
Knox with the nice touch. Calipari was screaming at him to go score.
He was screaming at him not to shoot the jump shot, to drive the basketball. He wants everything driven this half. Again, he knows his team's not ready right now, but he's trying to make them better.
Another foul against Kentucky. We'll go to the other end for free throws.
Do you know
Vanderbilt?
Do you know how close? I know you know how close Kentucky is if they lose this one to a 4-game losing streak. Only a bad foul at the end of the Vandy game.
Yeah, and they're staring at Auburn coming up next.
At Auburn.
The longest losing streak under John Calipari in his 9 years for the Wildcats is 2.
How about Alabama? Think that's easy?
It's not easy.
By 30 today against Tennessee.
At Arkansas, not easy. Missouri already beat Kentucky. Ole Miss, okay, you should probably win that one. At Florida, we know how tough that'll be.
We move along.
How many wins are on that schedule?
That's what I'm saying. We move along here. Would they be closer to a decent seed or out of the tournament?
They're going to be closer to out.
I agree.
If they play like this.
Right.
Tough times for a Kentucky program that is not used to it. Vanderbilt, you're just not a shooter yet.
Wide right.
Well, that's not even close.
No. Got to go to the rim.
Starks goes to the rim. Good rebound by Vanderbilt. You see the things that he does do well. Green found the shooter. Knox. Williams blocked it.
Wow. What a reaction by Williams. Williams played the transition. And then, now you got to remember, this guy's like 6'9", 260. He comes down and he plays. Now he's sprinting out and gets a piece. What a great play by Robert Williams.
That is what a tremendous replay that is, just to see how much ground he covered, stretched out. We got to watch that again. Look at that. Wow. I hope somebody got a still photo of that.
Wouldn't you wish that was you one time in your life?
One time. Just give me one time.
Without a trampoline. Think they're partying at the Dixie Chicken?
The wings are flapping right now.
Yeah, but don't let the name fool you. Dixie Chicken is a burger joint.
Don't go there for the chicken. He made that mistake. 75-52.
But it was a great place. I love Dixie Chicken, but
the hopping tonight. Washington attacks, affected by Davis. Finds Knox, who tried to dunk it and missed it. Another run out for A&M. Hogue, Gilder,
right by him.
Yeah.
Should have been a charge.
Davis got a hand on it and knocked it out of bounds.
You want to see some hustle? Let me show you some hustle from a big guy. All right, Williams is right here. You can't hardly miss Williams. The ball goes, he reaches for it, okay. Now, look at him. He's going to keep going, he's pointing. He reacts right there and gets the block. That's winning basketball. That's how you win big-time games against a big-time program.
That's one of my favorite sequences of the year.
Yes.
3 for Green and Kentucky. Game's not over yet. We got 5:15 to go, but the lead is 20. That's a steal. Gilgeous-Alexander. Wow, he was real casual with that. Sosha Morelos almost came from behind and blocked it.
Hey, he was flying, Sosha Morelos was.
Gilgeous-Alexander. It's not been a perfect game for him. He continues to be one of Kentucky's best players.
Yeah, you can see the talent there. You can see that he has ability. And you can see really Kentucky does. They've just got to figure out how to play hard all the time.
Hogue trying to hit his teammate, threw it out of bounds.
That's a tough pass. I like the action, though. Hogue is 6'6". Like, you see Hogue in person, he's bigger than what you think.
Hogue and Robert Williams aren't that different in terms of just height. You put Hogue and Williams next to each other, an inch or two, maybe? Don't you think?
No.
How many inches?
Like, I'm watching Williams. I think he looks like the biggest guy in the world out here.
He's playing above the rim.
That's what I'm saying. No, you're right. The Hogue is a lot bigger than you think. He could have stopped in the middle of the lane and gotten something done there.
Well, 7-0 burst in a minute for Kentucky.
One more of those, this place will be sweating.
Yeah. Gilder, well, where did the defense go? John Calipari's just going to sit down.
Kenny Payne next to him. Sat down a while ago.
Washington scores. There's a steal with that pressure. Diallo lays it in.
Gotta keep after it.
No way to get back for Kentucky, so Hogue lobs a rare non-dunk for Williams.
That's nice by Hogue. Hogue has really good hands. He kind of set that up. He kind of took him right, kind of no-looked it left. Pretty good by Hogue.
You said it. He gets pegged as just a shooter. He's a little more than that.
I think he's got great hands, and I think he has really good feel. Three
3 minutes away from a big win for Texas A&M.
Let's be honest. I mean, Kentucky comes into every place. It's the Super Bowl. You know, we were laughing today. How many T-shirts? How many whiteouts, blackouts? How many bobblehead nights when Kentucky comes in, right? So guys are going to play maybe beyond themselves a little bit. But you know what? That's been going on at Kentucky forever.
Knox passed up the jumper, almost threw it to you. Gilgeous-Alexander with that shot blocker there with the left hand.
Not to like about him. He just, as Calipari says, he just got to keep learning, keep getting better, keep learning. Stopping a three here.
What do the T-shirts say today that they gave away? Hogue. This time he's not passing. He missed the dunk. He missed it.
Tell you what. I see a place get a little nervous.
Make a bucket here, Kentucky. Good pass. Diallo for three. No good.
There was your chance. And you saw Coach Cal throw up his hand, but that was their chance if they were going to put any game pressure at all on Texas A&M. Better get across the line here.
And did he?
No.
He did not.
No.
He walked it up and committed a 10-second violation. Well, that'll send us to a timeout. What a second half for Texas A&M. What a second half for that kid, Robert Williams.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get back to 100%.
Well, let's see how Arizona bounces back against USC. Big game for the Trojans. They're a team right on the bubble. It's still got a long way to go. It's just the 10th of February, but USC needs quality wins. A&M probably feeling like they need a couple more, and this would count as one. As much as Kentucky is struggling over these last couple weeks, you beat Kentucky. Shooters love the Wildcats. That counts as a good win.
Yeah, and you've got to, you got to go stack them.
Yeah.
You had a great win at Auburn. I mean, Auburn was getting ready to go be #1 in the country.
That's the one that really will help them come selection Sunday.
Auburn won again today, went in Georgia and blew them out.
Diallo. He's had a positive second half.
Yeah, really good. He only played 6 minutes in the first half, gotten a couple fouls on him.
That's something for Kentucky. They need him big time.
Can I say something about Kentucky?
He's supposed to be one of their top guys.
Yeah, he's.
Say something about Kentucky fans.
You know what I like about Kentucky fans?
What?
Usually I get killed on Twitter, right? Because in the Big Ten, if you say anything negative about a team, then you're a hater and all that. Kentucky fans know basketball, man. They know basketball. So if you just say honestly what's going on, they're like, hey, you're dead right. Like you and I do Big Ten games, and I mean, if you say 16 positive things about somebody and one negative, oh, he hates our team. Kentucky fans know hoops, and they expect their team to perform at a certain level, and I respect that a lot.
Here's a dangerous pass. Knox and Gilder. Oh, got it knocked away. They call a foul. Texas A&M schedule to me. Now, look, the SEC's tough all the way around, but this doesn't look as difficult as Kentucky's schedule. You got some road games.
Well, I think Missouri's playing well.
They are. That's
Arkansas.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play.
Yeah. And then, you look down the line at the last four.
Chance to pile up some wins.
Absolutely. Look, let's be honest, Dave. I mean, this is as talented a basketball team when you combine size, quickness, today, hustle, as you're going to see, right? I mean, they started out 11-1 and went and beat West Virginia when everybody in our network was saying West Virginia Final Four team to start the year. Now West Virginia can't guard me.
Diallo was fouled by Davis. A hard foul. I'm with you. A&M's got a lot of pieces out. Do they have enough shooting? The offense can get bogged down, but they can guard you. They can block shots. They can rebound. They can run.
Yeah, and according to everybody on that bench, if or when Robert Williams plays with a motor, they think they're really good. Like, that's what everybody said to me today, including Don Maestri, who's one of their ops guys, who was a longtime coach at Troy. And he said when he gets rolling, we are really, really good. And he out-hustled Kentucky today.
Well, how do you guard what he brings? You
can't.
The above the rim stuff, there's just nobody, or very, very few in college basketball that can stop that. More pressure and more good pressure. Starks lost it out of bounds. Tell you what, I know there's a minute to go, so probably not enough time. It's been a sloppy finish for A&M.
Yeah, and we've got some guy in the Gucci seat right here. He yelling at the coach. He yelling at everybody.
Not happy.
Oh, relax on the coach. He didn't turn it over.
He wanted a 20-point win. Knox for three.
Oops.
Good.
Whoops.
Not over. 55 seconds to go. 79-71.
Hey, I'm telling you now, a little game pressure. You know, we've seen this before with Kentucky. I'm going way back to Calipari when they were down 30 at LSU. I mean, make them make free throws for a minute. See what happens. 12-2 run right here.
Can I point out one other thing about A&M?
Please.
If Dwayne Wilson, who's not coming back in this game, we know, and this is the way he's looking, it just, when's he going to play again? It's not happening for Dwayne Wilson with that ACL injury. He's the guy they bring in. I know Starks has been playing a ton lately, playing really well. But Wilson's the guy at the end of the game who protects the ball. He's the guy who's more ball secure. These late game situations, you get in the SEC tournament, NCAA tournament, if you don't have Dwayne Wilson, TJ Starks got to be a little more careful with the ball.
I totally agree. And that was discussed today when Billy Kennedy was talking with us. He talked about the end of the Auburn game where they didn't protect the ball, where they missed a few free throws. And look, minute to go, 8-point game. Got a shot here.
Timeouts here are a little different than most places. A lot of coordinated cheers, chants, movements. Cool place.
I love it. I really do. I think it's fantastic.
Last 5 possessions for A&M. A couple of missed shots, 2 turnovers, and a missed free throw. Gilder, Kentucky, you have a few seconds to play with, but at some point you got to stop the clock. Starks almost stole it from him. Davis was fouled. You know, I kind of like the way Kentucky played that. Maybe a little too much time off the clock, but that was helter-skelter. A&M had a chance to turn the ball over there. They didn't. Gabriel's fouled out.
Look at the scratch on Davis's left arm. Holy cow. Look at this.
That's a big scratch. The Wildcat got him.
See what you did there. But no, you know what the key thing there, though, Dave, was 8-point lead. You just used 9 seconds.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Generally, I agree with you.
Well, I mean, that's.
But as sloppy as A&M has been with the ball down the stretch.
I always agree with you, but in this case.
I don't always agree with you.
No, I agree. I thought the press was good, and what they did was they did not allow them being Texas A&M, to turn the corner. You know what I mean? They kept them in front for the most part.
Here's the foul. And the scratch.
Is that intentional? It's coming in from behind. Yeah,
what are your favorite 5 words in college hoops? Let's go to the
monitor.
That's what we're doing.
Well, you know, in the Ohio State-Purdue game on Thursday, there was a play from behind, and the flagrant was not called.
Is that a napkin, or is that at least some gauze? What are they using?
One thing I noticed in being here for a day, they're not lacking money. So I'm guessing that's a gauze.
Okay, good. for a minute, it almost looked like the napkin at the bottom of your rental car. And the facilities around here are ridiculous.
This is a cool place. This is the first time I was here. I will say this, though. I grew up in Northwest Indiana, and it could go from 60 to 20 in a hurry, and it went from 60 to 20 today.
It's Let's see if the students are going to have some fun during this official review. Any fun to be had out there?
Oh my gosh.
VTHO Kentucky.
I thought this was a flagrant. It's going to be a flagrant one.
Beat the heck out of Kentucky. That's what those t-shirts say.
In the PC world, beat the heck out of Kentucky. Yeah, I always think if you come from behind, Dave, don't you, that it's got you got to look at a flagrant.
Teddy will come over and give Dan an explanation.
Said he played the man, not the ball. That's the flagrant one.
So that'll do it, basically.
Yeah.
All alone at the free throw line. He made them both. Is that tough for you?
I never did it, but when I was in high school, we lost the state championship. One of my teammates had to do that down one. 2 shots, no time on the clock. He recovered nicely, though. He missed a boat, but became the CEO of the company. I haven't recovered. Should have thrown the ball to me.
Only how many years ago?
1980, so whatever the math says, 1980, 38 years.
They just gave John Calipari happy birthday wishes. 59th birthday today for Coach Cal.
Well, look, a day over 58.
And it won't be a happy birthday present for him. Had never lost 3 games in a row at Kentucky. I do believe now we can just sort of say that's going to happen.
Now the key is trying to lose a 4th. In Auburn, Bruce Pearl. See if Bryce Brown's playing.
Final seconds. Gilgeous Alexander draws a foul. Upset at himself that he didn't finish the shot.
If you're going to take a positive away and you're Kentucky, he's a positive, Gilgeous Alexander. I mean, he is, and I think Diallo's playing the second half. You probably have to think is a positive as well. But Dave, let's be honest. Maybe I have too much respect for Kentucky's program, but they, as players, need to respect the tradition. No excuse being young. Kentucky's been young, and play to that tradition every day. Practice that way, play that way.
A foul. Starks may be cramping up. He's going to go to the free throw line. While we have a moment, let's check in with Kevin in studio.
Yeah, Dave, we want to let you know that the USC-Arizona game is underway over on ESPN News, and we will bring it to you fully here on ESPN once things go final in College Station. Arizona saw its 77-game home win streak snapped against unranked opponents last time out against UCLA. They've got USC right now over on ESPN News. Dave?
All right, Kevin, thanks. As soon as we're done here, we'll get you out to Tucson. 17-point day for TJ Starks. Got benched, did not play, had a heart-to-heart with Billy Kennedy, his head coach, and since then has been a different player.
Yeah, good for him. I mean, look, I guarantee you some of these Kentucky kids are going to have a heart-to-heart with Coach Cal, and they learned from what Starks has done. Just come back and play. There's no sulking in college basketball because nobody cares about your problems.
Everybody's got problems.
Right.
Timeout. A&M uses its final timeout.
Can I make a play for the National Player of the Year?
Yes, you can. You
I have 2.
A nice 30 seconds to make your pitch.
I have 2.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson of Villanova. And Keita Bates-Diop of Ohio State. Like, I know we all talk about Trae Young.
We do.
I get it. But Keita Bates-Diop, tip-in, had 35 last week. I don't have his stats from the day, but Ohio State went and won again, 13-1 in the Big Ten, or 12-1 in the Big Ten, whatever it is. I just think those 2 guys, their consistency all year long, as other guys have fallen off, I think those are the 2 guys that are in consideration for National Player of the Year from where I sit. Well, Trae Young.
By the way, I mean, Young played okay today on the road. They lost at Iowa State. He turned the ball over again, and the numbers have come down. A couple weeks ago, it was locked. He's going to win it. It's a cinch. I don't think it's a cinch.
I think
maybe you care about that kind of stuff, and some people do, some people don't. But National Player of the Year is not locked up yet.
I don't think it is. I think we have a long way to go with that. And like I said, I mean, when you really look defensively, Jalen Brunson is terrific. So is Bates Diop. Offensively, they're fantastic. They do what their team needs to do, and they do it every night. They rebound. I mean, those two guys are sensational.
One thing about the SEC, a lot of good teams having good years. There isn't a player who stands out as a first-team All-American national. Maybe there are a couple who are sort of in the mix, but it's a very balanced league, a lot of depth of talent.
Well, I think there's a ton of talent, and you know, let's be honest, this group here is as good as any. Talking about A&M talent-wise. Now, how it'll play out, who knows? But Auburn, you know, they're playing small, and Bruce Pearl kind of scrapped the whole we're going to pick up 94 feet Tom Davis stuff because of the rules on fouling, and he just has them playing great. And Rick Barnes just can coach. I got beat today, but okay. But man, and then the Sexton kid at Alabama has been sensational as well. So really good league, really fun league.
Diallo long challenge 3. Air ball.
Dribble it out now, right? And have a good night. Dixie Chicken. What's a taco place?
Head on over and get a burger at the chicken joint.
What's a taco place we went to?
Torchy's.
Oh, big guy.
Would it be too much to say that A&M torched Kentucky today? Maybe. It was close. Impressive second half for the Aggies.
Really good. Best I've seen, really.
Yeah.
Really good.
For Chris Button, for Dan Dockage, Dave Fleming saying so long. 4th win against a ranked opponent for the Aggies. Dave Pash, Bill Walton out in Tucson, USC, Arizona.
It's a lot different offensively.